Hi everyone, how are you? This is the second video of Unit 2. The goals of this unit are the following. You are going to say what you eat and drink, ask for a drink in a cafe, and describe a restaurant or cafe. Remember that cafe and coffee are two different words, right? Cafe is the place where you go and can have some coffee, tea, lemonade, maybe, eat some cookies, right, or a cake. The cafe is the place, okay? Now, we're going to start talking about food and vocabulary related to that. So, the first activity I want you to do is to match the words from here with the pictures, okay? Remember, we have these red dots over the words, right, to show us which syllable is stressed within a word. So, for example, here we have it on the first syllable, so we say vegetables. We don't say vegetables or vegetables. We say vegetables. Pasta, salad. Yes, that's the stress that you put into the pronunciation on the first syllable in this case. The rest of these words are only one syllable, so there's no need to indicate anything. So pause the video now and try to match images and words, okay? Now let's check.
Track 65.
A. Salad.
B. Fruit.
C. Fish.
D. Meat.
E. Rice.
F. Vegetables.
G. Bread.
H. Pasta.
Very, very good. Now let's listen to Emma and Andre. They're going to be mentioning the things they eat and the things they don't eat. So I'm going to play the recording and you're going to write the things they eat and the things they don't, okay?
Track 66.
Emma.
I often eat meat and pasta. I don't really eat fish. I never eat rice. I eat a lot of vegetables.
Andre.
I often eat meat. I eat fruit, I eat pasta, but I don't eat salad. I don't like it.
Okay, so on the one hand, we have Emma. Emma says that she eats meat and pasta, right? She doesn't eat fish and she eats a lot of vegetables. She doesn't eat rice either, right? And Andre, he also eats meat. He eats fruit, right? And pasta as well, but he doesn't like salad. Yes? Did you have them all correct? Very good. Now, read and listen to these sentences. Which sentence is true for you? So we have here some examples from the listening as well. I often eat meat. I sometimes eat meat. I never eat meat. I eat meat every day. So when you say I eat meat every day, you can also say I always eat meat. Oh my god, meat, right? Now, if you pay attention, these words, the highlighted words, right? Often, sometimes, never, every day, and always, they're called frequency adverbs. We're going to be working with this a lot in this course and in English too as well. And they indicate how frequently you do something. In this case, the activity is eating meat, but you can use it to talk about many other different activities, right? So We have the opposites, never and always, right? You never do something 0% of time, right? Then sometimes, occasionally, in some occasions, you eat meat, right? No problem. And often is more frequently, yes? It's with a lot more frequency than sometimes. So in the scale, we have never, sometimes, often, and then we move on to always or every day, right? So that's the scale of how frequent you can do something. Now, what about you? How often do you eat meat? I sometimes eat meat. That's true. I prefer fish, but sometimes I eat meat as well. Now, try to use these expressions, but with the vocabulary that we have here, right? So, for example, I always eat vegetables. I always eat vegetables, or I eat vegetables every day. Yes? I sometimes eat fish. I like it, but I eat it only sometimes. It's a bit more expensive, right? What about bread? How often do you eat bread? I eat bread every day. Not good for you, but that's true, right? Try to think about other type of food as well. For example, fast food. How often do you eat hamburgers or pizzas or hot dogs? Let's continue. Very good. Now, here we have an image of a restaurant or a cafe, I think. Yes? And here we have some drinks on the menu. Tea, coffee, cola, lemonade, oranges, and water. Most of the time, when we uh, are going to ask for drinks on a cafe, right? At a cafe, I'm sorry. We usually use containers before, right? So we say a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a can of cola sometimes, a glass of lemonade, a glass of orange juice, a bottle of water, right? Remember that for liquids, usually we have containers, yes? Now, let's listen to the conversations and let's see what happens in each of these tables. You can kind of see here the image, right? What they are asking, but we're going to listen. So try to identify what do they ask for to the waitress.
Track 68.
1,
I'll have a coffee, please.
Espresso?
Yeah. Cola for me, please.
Coffee and a cola. Okay.
2,
Yes?
Can I have an orange juice, please?
Orange juice. And for you?
Tea, please.
3,
Lemonade, please.
Lemonade? Fine.
And I'll have water, please.
Bottle of water. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's see. Here we have the first man, right? He ordered a coffee and he ordered a cola, right? A cola. Very good. Then we have tea. She ordered tea, right? And he is drinking orange juice. Orange juice. Then we have this girl over here with lemonade. Lemonade, right? And the last woman, she asked for some water. Yes, only water. Very good. Now, we're going to listen to the conversation again, right? But this time, I want you to pay attention to the expressions they use for this part of the conversation before they mention the drinks, okay? So here we have some clues, right? Listen and write the words you hear.
Track 68.
1.
I'll have a coffee, please.
Espresso?
Yeah. Cola for me, please.
Coffee and a cola. Okay.
2.
Yes?
Can I have an orange juice, please?
Orange juice. And for you?
Tea, please.
3.
Lemonade, please.
Lemonade? Fine.
And I'll have water, please.
Bottle of water. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so we have here the expressions. The first one says, I'll have, right? I'll have a coffee, please. Remember that this expression, I'll, is the same as saying, I will, yes? This is the short version. I will have or I'll have, right? On the second case, we have, can I have an orange juice, please? And again, I have water. Very good. If you pay attention, in most of these cases, in all of these cases, we have the word please, right? Remember to be polite. And the second case is a question. You can notice that because we're not using the subject at the beginning of the sentence, but we're using an auxiliary first. Here we have a subject and the subject as well, but in this case we start with the auxiliary. That's how we know that this is a question. Yes? Now we're going to be studying more vocabulary of restaurants in other presentations that I will upload to the virtual classroom. Okay? So we're going to continue now with a reading. Let's see. This is a reading about restaurants. Read the guide. This is the guide, right? And add the names of the restaurants. So we have here 5 different options. The Burger House, Shanghai Restaurant, Taj Mahal Restaurant, Tokyo Restaurant, and Pizzeria Bella Roma. Okay? Pause the video now, read each description, and write the corresponding name on the gap. Okay? Pause the video. So let's see. For number 1, we have a small Italian restaurant, Station Road. Good pieces and pasta dishes, and also very good fish. So Italian restaurant probably would be Pizzeria Bella Roma, right? This is number 1. Number 2, small Japanese restaurant in the town center. Only 10 tables. Expensive, but very good. That would be Tokyo Restaurant, right? Tokyo Restaurant, very good. In New Street, good Indian food and not too expensive. Good chicken and rice dishes. So we have the Taj Mahal Restaurant. American and international food, the burgers are 100% meat and they also have good steaks and salads. That is the Burger House. The Burger House. The best Chinese restaurant in town, about 80 tables. Good for a birthday party. That would be the Shanghai Restaurant. Very big, right? Now, if you pay attention to the symbols at the end of the descriptions, they show us, right, how expensive restaurant can be. So we can say that a restaurant is cheap, like very, very cheap, not too expensive, quite expensive, and expensive at the top, right? That would be the scale. very expensive, quite expensive, not too expensive, and cheap. Yes, cheap, of course, is the opposite of expensive. Now, if you pay attention here to this little box, we have here the difference between a and an. I think we have seen it before, right? But just to remember, when we have words that start with vowels such as Chinese or small, we use a. But when we have words like India, Italian, which start with a vowel, I in this case, we are going to put an N in between, so it's easier for us to pronounce. Okay? Now, the last chart we have here, you have to complete the table with the type of food and the country corresponding to the specific country. Okay? So pause the video, write your answers, and then we check. So we have China and of course Chinese food, Italy and Italian food. Then we have American food from the USA, Indian food, and Japanese food. Which one is your favorite? I love Japanese and Chinese food. I really like rice, I think. What about you? What's your favorite type of food? Now, here's a stock, but maybe you can write sentences, okay? So, for example, we have here the option of the Shanghai restaurant over here. Shanghai restaurant. So try to complete these sentences with some expressions. So we have the Shanghai restaurant is a Chinese restaurant. The Shanghai restaurant is a Chinese restaurant, maybe. Or you can also say it's a big restaurant, a very big restaurant. They have, you can say they have Chinese food. Or you can also mention that they have 80 tables. It is quite expensive. It is quite expensive. Or it is the best Chinese restaurant in town. Or it is good for a birthday party. Then you can go and plan some sentences. So for example, let's do it with the Burger House. We can say the Burger House restaurant or the Burger House is American restaurant. Yes, the Burger House is an American restaurant. They have good steaks and salads and burgers, right? It's cheap. Yes, very good. Now think about a restaurant or a cafe that you know. Write a few sentences about it, okay? You can choose your favorite restaurant or your least favorite restaurant, right? Write your answers and we can talk about this in our next online meeting on Monday, okay? We're going to be recommending some good restaurants from the city, okay? So as always, if you have questions, you can write back to my email. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.